The president of Iran just died. He was infamous, known as the Butcher of Tehran, for personally ordering the execution of possibly tens of thousands of Iranians in his career. And the United States government, specifically the State Department and our ambassador at the UN, are eulogizing this guy and expressing our sincere condolences on his death. It's as if we eulogize Hitler in 1945. No difference. Well, as you know, because we've talked about it, the president of Iran died in a helicopter crash a few weeks ago. What really bugs me, and I'm going to bring it up again, is this guy was called the Butcher of Tehran for a reason. He may have killed 20, 30, 40, 50,000 people when he was in charge of prosecuting religious, how should we say, executions where people didn't support the government. Tens of thousands died. They had these show trials and they executed them without lawyers. Each trial took between 2 and 3 minutes. Then the people were executed and thrown into mass graves. Family never received the bodies and so on. Here's something that I just don't get, and I know we talk about this a lot. The United States has made speech after speech, various government officials, including at the United Nations, eulogizing the death of this guy. And he literally was a mini Hitler. I mean, he killed tens of thousands of people, of his own citizens, for simply disagreeing with the government, or worse, not wearing a hijab in public, you know, the head covering in the Muslim faith. It just strikes me as bizarre that the United States publicly expresses our deepest sympathy for the loss of the president of Iran. It's like after Hitler died, when he killed himself after causing the death of 100 million people. Can you imagine Roosevelt or Truman saying, oh, he was the head of Germany, we're really sorry? Can you make any sense out of this?
No, other than, you know, it makes me think about when Robert Byrd passed on. The Democrats, Obama, Bill Clinton, if I remember correctly, Biden, they all showed up and they talking about how wonderful man he was. And he was the prime minister of the KKK.
Yeah, he literally was. He was the grand wizard.
The grand wizard.
He was the head guy of the most ferocious anti-black organization in American history.
Yes. So my point is they're elevating criminals. They're elevating monsters. Another example, Barry, George Floyd. George Floyd was a no-good drug dealer, but now they're elevating him, building statues of him, and they're wanting to have a national holiday for him. I mean, you got people worshiping him. This is a pattern of these people, the butcher, killing all these people, and they're like, oh, he's so wonderful, he's so great. Really? These are monsters we're talking about. If Hitler just died last year or so and he was going after Christians and Jewish people again, Barry, and they were, oh, he's so great. He's so wonderful.
And we're sorry for the loss to the German people.
Yes.
It's the same thing. Literally.
Yes. So there's a pattern, again, using that word, pattern, that these people follow, as long as it's not on the side of righteousness and, you know, reality. As long as you're not on that side, then they're completely okay with it. That's the only explanation I can come up with. I mean, we see it happening from little small things like George Floyd to this butcher, which is huge. In the United States of America, like, oh, we send our condolence. You know, it should have been like, I wonder where he's going.
Yeah. It's like in The Wizard of Oz, you know, the Wicked Witch is dead. Hooray.
Yeah, exactly.
No more evil. Unfortunately, we don't have the, how shall I say, the ethical presence to call a murderous Hitler-type leader a murderous Hitler-type leader. We're sorry you died. Unbelievable. Yeah. And we, of course, the American representative at the UN, stood for a moment of silence to eulogize his death.
See, that's why they won't ever allow me to be in rooms like that. If I was in the room and they did that, say, we're going to take a moment of silence, I'm saying, I'm sorry, but I can't take a moment of silence, and you're going to have to be upset with me. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. You know what? You know what this made me think about? Me just making that statement. When I went to George Floyd, I went to the, that location where they had, where George Floyd died. And a whole bunch of people were there, and they had everyone telling everyone take a knee. And everyone was bowing, taking knee, and they said, close your eyes for a minute of prayer and silence. I just stood there. And there was a guy on the loudspeaker saying, everyone take a knee. And I'm not taking a knee. And he's yelling.
I'm glad nobody jumped on you.
And, and at first I was like, I know he's not talking to me. And I'm looking around. And so then, I'm like, and they're like, they paused everything. And the guy was like, dude, he's talking to you. And I said, I'm not taking a knee. I mean, you can go on, but I'm not taking a knee. I did not take a knee. I'm not going to do that. That doesn't make any sense. That's what it made me think about. The same thing here in the United Nations. If they'd have asked me to take a moment of silence for this butcher, I wouldn't have done it. I would have been talking. I got on my phone. Yeah, I'm right here. And they're talking about a moment of silence for this dude after he don't kill thousands of his people. Can you believe this? And I would act like I'm gossiping, just getting on the talk. I'm talking to the air. I don't care. I would not have done it. They would have been talking about me in the news. That's why they won't let me in places like that, Barry.
I get you.